What's going on? Ryan here with Intersection Records and talking concert reviews this morning. Last night, April 2nd, 2024, my brother Dennis and I went to the Factory in Chesterfield, Missouri and saw Steve Hackett, legendary guitar player from Genesis, and it was an absolutely mind-blowing experience. My brother coincidentally turned me on to Genesis years ago, swore by all the Peter Gabriel era albums, and it was always a tough listen for me. I think the English aesthetic part of Genesis and the quirky vocals turned me off sometimes to it. It was hard to get into it for me, but over the last couple of years I've really embraced it, and including Hackett's 28 album solo career, which I don't claim to know inside and out by any stretch of the imagination. His last record, which I've reviewed, and I'll put a link in the description for my review on his most recent, The Whale in the Night song, I think it's called, is a fantastic record. And Hackett opened up with the 3 songs off that: People of the Smoke, Circus Inferno, These Passing Clouds. There was a bass solo early on by Jonas Rheingold, and I should have written the names of the guys down. I didn't write the names of the guys down. Craig Blundell was on drums, Rob Townsend on keyboard, saxophone, and flute, John King on keyboards was fantastic all night. First of all, the sound was so good all night for all this music, and then Nad Sylvain on lead singer, not lead singing. Hackett did sing some of the stuff off the new record. The 4th song was The Devil's Cathedral off their last album, which was Surrender Silence in 2021. He's had 28 solo albums since he left Genesis, in 76? The next song was from his debut album, Voyage of the Acolyte. That came out in 75, so he was already doing solo albums by 75. So we got a couple tracks off of that. He did play a selection off the 3rd album, Special Morning, which was Every Day, and then Basic Instincts, Camino Real, which is off Highly Strung record from 1983, and then finished the first set with Shadows of the Hierophant and off the debut as well. That was mind-blowing. His guitar playing, first of all, his tone and setup is so good. The separation of all the instruments. He has some sort of volume swelling pedal that he can go into during leads. He's doing all kinds of tapping. My brother was saying there's not a missed note all night, and it's highly technical stuff that he's playing, and the band, for that matter, is completely in unison. Reinhold's all over the place on bass, Townsend's switching between flute and sax and keys and tambourine, Ned Sylvan's coming in with some nice vocals. Everybody's singing. The bass player, Jonas, who is just, Rheingold is amazing. Anyway, they take a 20-minute break, and everybody's pumped. This is an older crowd, mostly prog guys, old prog men watching this music, and they then come back and play Foxtrot in its entirety. Ned Sylvan starts off on behind the drummer, over the drummer, and a very dramatic entry for Watcher of the Skies, which was just so good. Hackett's, my English breakfast here, excuse me. Hackett is just fully on, one of my things about Genesis is sometimes on those albums, Hackett's not in the mix very loud. It's a keyboard dominated band. Excuse me. Hackett's front and center here. Timetable's next, beautiful playing. The next song is Get 'Em Out by Friday, which blew us away. That's a composition written by Banks, Gabriel, Rutherford, and Hackett. Just one of the highlights of the night. Can Utility and the Coastliners is next. Hackett, Banks, Rutherford again. Lyrics by Hackett, which I did not know that. And then they brought out, he's playing his gold top Les Paul the whole time. Again, the finger tapping, the interplay, the swells, the pick slides. He's got everything, and we're realizing that you're seeing one of the greatest guitar players of all time. You know, we're like, you know, this is Jeff Beck territory. This is Adrian Blue territory. This is some of the great guitar players that my brother and I have seen. And you just don't think about him necessarily. I know there's going to be people say out there, of course he's one of the best. You have to see it live. You just have to see the delicacy and the tap-ons, the finger-ons. And when they do Horizons, they bring out the classical guitar, and every note of that is considered. Every note is plucked. He's going out of his way to do these hammer-ons and harmonic things that could make somebody falter, but he's just so confident. He's hitting everyone. And then Supper's Ready, which is written by all the members of the band, including Phil Collins, Banks, Rutherford, Gabriel, and Hackett. Supper's Ready I heard a guy say that was worth the price of admission alone. Supper's Ready, you know, this whole thing's done the entire thing. There's no cut corners on any of these compositions. It's the full thing. Ned Sylvan on vocals was, when you closed your eyes and it was Peter Gabriel. It was you closed your eyes and it was Peter Gabriel, and Genesis was performing in front of you. They took a little walk off stage and came back with Firth and the Fifth off of Selling England by the Pound. Just fantastic. You know, again, we could have left after Supper's Ready. They hit you with Firth of the Fifth. Then Craig Blundell comes back with a drum solo that I've seen drum solos start slow and build and build. He just went freaked out, balls to the walls, drum solo, showing you that he's one of the greatest drummers in rock, period. He just is. And then they played Los Endos off of Trick of the Tail. Trick of the Tail. Trail. It was Trick of the Tail. Yeah. Just again, we could have left at any point. It was so good. Thanks, Dennis, for going with me. Check my channel out. We do shows every day. It was fantastic last night. I can only recommend Foxtrot at 50 to Steve Hackett so much. I would go see it tonight in Kansas City or wherever the heck they're playing. That's how good it is. It's worth jumping in the vehicle and checking out. Peace out. Check out my channel. Subscribe, hit like, share these videos. See ya.